I hope you've been watching the Best 11 series I've been doing, looking at the best players from 1980 to 2025. We went through the goalkeepers, the defenders, the midfield, and now the attack. Just getting comments in from that and finalising my Best 11, which I'm pretty close to. But we've got to look at managers, haven't we? Now, before I get into that, let's talk about Matt Sadler. A lot of people down on Matt Sadler. Is he the PE teacher or the king? Well, if it wasn't for that late Bradford goal, he would have been the first Walsall manager to get us promoted in 18 years. And on win percentage, since he's been manager, he's currently 5th best manager for results in the last 45 years. So I think we need to put aside the PE teacher jibe. Matt Sadler is a very credible manager. Yes, we had a very embarrassing capitulation, but Matt Sadler, all things considered, has done a really good job. He's just not got us over the line. And that's what he needs to do this season. Right then, so let's look at the managers. We start off with Alan Buckley. Was assisted joint manager with Neil Martin. That was when I first started supporting Walsall. Alan Buckley comes in 3rd with a 42.41% win percentage. And in the 3rd, League 2 runners-up, 79-80. League Cup semi-final, 83-84. I don't think anybody remembers that, do they? Arsenal, Rotherham, Liverpool, some super games. Next up, a tough act to follow, Alan Buckley. Tommy Coakley comes in at 4th with a 41.89% win percentage. 5th round of the FA Cup, 86-87. 3rd Division playoff winners. All very good. It did go a bit pear-shaped after that. John Barnwell, Kenny Ibbett did get us to the playoffs in '95, but not a great one. The guy that followed him has got to be right up there, Chris Nicholl. 3rd Division runners-up, 94-95. 45.86% win rate. So he's definitely one of the main contenders. Jan Sorensen. We had some fun with him, didn't we? Ray Graydon, of course. Sir Ray. Many hail Ray Graydon as the king, the legend, and indeed he was. But was he the best? 2 promotions. That certainly puts him in the frame. Win percentage, 39.7. Puts him outside the top 5. What's more important, win percentage or promotions? I think many would say promotions, but I'll leave that with you to decide. 2nd Division runners-up, 98-99. 2nd Division playoff winners, 2000-2001 at the Millennium Stadium. We remember that very well. And Darren Boyfield, the man. Colin Lee. Now, he's not up there for the highest win percentage. 32.76. Did get us to the 5th round of the FA Cup. But he was managing us in the Championship. So, lot of credibility for coping with that. Obviously, Walsall were up against it. If it wasn't for the approach from Plymouth, he'd have been still with us, I think. Well, maybe not still with us, but I mean, he'd have been with us for much longer and would have kept us in the Championship. And all the wealth and momentum that would have maintained. But, of course, Colin Lee was in charge when we beat the Albion 4-1 in 2003, so that was good. Paul Merson followed him. Okay, move on. Then a couple of caretakers, and we had Mick Halsall, Broadhurst, Mark Kinsella for a short time. Then Richard Money, Dickie Dosh. Never really had the best relationship with the fans. I think what he thought he'd get out of pouring his ear to the fans because they weren't making enough noise. What he thought he'd get out of that, I don't know. But as a manager, second most successful as far as win percentage, 43.14. League Two champions, of course, 2006-2007. So promotion on his CV, and definitely puts him up there with the best managers for the last 45 years. Followed that, we had a few dodgy ones. Jim Mullen, John Schofield, Chris Hutchins. Next one, Dean Smith. Now, Dean Smith would have got us promoted if he hadn't jumped ship and gone to Brentford. But his win percentage, only 32.3, doesn't put him in the top 5. Runners up in 2015, that was in the JPT, of course. Sean O'Driscoll followed him. Now, Sean O'Driscoll, many people had wanted him as manager for a long period of time, and it was a disaster. A disaster, as they say. John Whitney, not many giving a lot of credit to John Whitney. In charge for 109 games, 34.9% is the best manager, percentage wins wise, the best manager since Richard Money. And nearly up there with Colin Lee, but obviously lower level, of course. Dean Keats, 30% win rate, that didn't go well. Martin O'Connor, very briefly. Darryl Clark, 32.9, again less than Whitney. Brian Dutton, 15. Matt Taylor, 25. Mike Flynn, 30.9. Now Matt Sadler, 41.38. Obviously League Two playoff final last season. So do we understand and really feel glad to have Matt Sadler as manager? We do know from the fans forum that there's an approach for him in January, and obviously with what happened with Dean Smith going and the collapse after that, keeping hold of the manager to avoid that was at that time was the right decision. Obviously we know how badly things went wrong, but Matt Sadler, I think we've got to give him a bit more respect. He's still learning, but he's got us playing good football, high scorers in the division. Am I a happy clapper? Or should we really appreciate Matt Sadler more? Up for debate, isn't it, that one? Because of what happened second half of last season. But he's got Walsall fighting at the right end of the division. I guess he'll be judged on what he does this season. Got a tough start to the season, some tough games. Swindon, Jake Tabor coming, first game. Tough introduction to the season, but we'll see how we do. Right then. Looking forward to your comments. Thanks, as always.